This is Let's Talk About Magnum P.I., the podcast from fans for fans of Magnum P.I.
So we're all... we're here for another episode, and as you can tell, we're happy people.
Freaking out.
Yep. Right up, yeah.
Can I just preface this by saying this is the 1 week that, of course, the stream had to cut out. Oh, so, like, I normally watch it, like, the show on CTV, and then I go on my phone and watch, like, on the link, to be able to watch the American promo, because we can't get it. And, of course, this is the one where it's not working, so then I'm looking at Twitter at the end to see, like, people talking about it, and people are flipping out. Like, flipping! And all I
wait to see
being one of them.
All I see is, just go over and tell her how you feel. And obviously it's related to the promo, so I'm like, okay, when's it gonna drop on YouTube? When's it gonna drop on YouTube? And it literally did about 5 seconds before we started this call, so we've all seen it.
We've all seen it, yes.
Holy shit.
It's very fresh. So...
I want to preface the entire fucking thing with... We've been, obviously, Liz and I have been talking last week about the promo pictures, and I've been telling, like, oh, Nuzo might be in current time, might be a hallucination, and he might be, like, telling Magnum how Higgy, about Higgy thinks. I'm, like, over here, called it! Because it looks just like the thing that I predicted!
Yeah, and it's also because if he's a hallucination, then that means he's partly Magnum's thoughts too, right?
Yeah.
So Magnum is clearly thinking it's time to tell Higgy.
I'm like, he might be a manifestation of Magnum's guilt.
And
that translates into other parts of Magnum's life.
Interesting. I'm sorry. I can't even think of the episode we just watched because I can't get 5 seconds.
Oh, I don't want to think of the episode we just watched mainly. There's like parts that I want to think about, but parts of that episode just make me furious.
Parts of the episode, I'm once again, just like, please don't. They just make me kind of cringe a little bit, but.
Which parts?
Well, I started off right with, let me take this phone call and that's your dad, I believe that. Like,
come on.
I mean, I know you don't have a lot of experience with kids, but seriously? Come on.
Well, you're going to believe this kid? Yeah.
Yeah, My dad, he's still out there. I would have said, okay, bring him in and tell him.
Exactly.
He's in the car. Okay. If he's in the car, let him come in.
And that was my thought too, because like one of the things that I'm so paranoid about from work is when clients are always like, oh no, it's my wife's check that I'm depositing, like I can call her, and my line is always like, but how do I know it's you? So like as soon as that kid said that, I was like, no way in hell.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
If he's out there, bring him in and let him tell you to his face. So, to your face.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Rhea can actually vouch for it. I literally what I said, wanna bet that this is not her dad.
Yeah. It was kinda obvious from the start.
Oh yeah.
But I have to say, I do love a good Higgy centric episode, which
I'm so with you.
Timing. I love a good Higgy centric, and I do love a good Higgy wump, which I was also very much not expecting. So
Yeah, I was surprised by that. Like, I was surprised she got whacked on the head quite so easily. But
I know.
Yeah, but in this case, it made sense.
Yeah,
like in another episode that some of us are still salty over.
Which one? Please do tell. Is it
9?
Kidnapping. Which
one? 9. The kidnapping, where we never saw how she got kidnapped, and the way she got kidnapped just.
How? Magic!
Oh my god! Thank God!
Jump on her.
All this blood leading up to that thing, right? And then there's not a speck on that white T-shirt that she was wearing, like not a speck.
That's true. Oh my god, that's so
sad on her shirt. Like I'm like, are you kidding me with this? Like, come on.
It might have been the guy's blood. We didn't see if he changed his shirt. Has wound underneath. So.
You mean she tried to kick his ass a little bit before she got.
Yeah.
Would have been nice because.
I was gonna say that's more realistic.
It is because I tell you, one of the things that, yes, one of the things that frustrate me about this show,
not just this show, I guess.
No, is that how they conveniently only remember she's MI6 when it's convenient for the show. The rest of the time, it's like, oh, what? That is like, and it drives me to distraction. Season 1, they pretty much had it, on. Season 2, they pretty much had it. Starting season 3, they started to forget who this person is, and it pisses me off from time to time. And that was one of them. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that was my.
Can I finally say something? My goodness, I've been trying to say something the entire time.
Sorry.
That is something that 5-0 and I think MacGyver sometimes did too. So it's not just this show; it's this team problem.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Now you go, Liz.
Well, no, because I didn't watch either of those shows regularly. Like I watched episodes of MacGyver and I watched episodes of 5-0. Didn't watch either one regularly enough to be able to pick that up, right? So when you told me that, then definitely it's a team thing, and I believe you. And I wish they would kind of stop doing it. It kind of pisses me off.
Liz!
I was gonna ask the thing that pisses me. One of the things that pisses me off about 309, like the thing that probably pisses me off the most about 309, is that it was just like, here we go. We never saw how it happened. And I was like, first of all, super unrealistic. Second of all, where's my wump? Like, if you're gonna kidnap number 2 on the call sheet, you show it. Like, I'm sorry. You don't just start off with her being kidnapped. She's number 2 on the call sheet. You show it and you make it insane because, like you said, she's MI6 and she's supposed to be able to put up a fight. Like
I love when she got herself out of there. That must have hurt a little bit, but when she got out and then
technically that is a reason for her to die, because that thing can cause arrhythmia and can cause someone to have to kill her and bring her back to life. So
what was that? The fence?
Yeah.
That whole thing bugged me too.
I've been working as a press officer for a racing team. And we had a combustion engine car and an electric engine car, and one of the guys, and it's like something we learned in the beginning, whenever you're around the cars, you make sure that the little light on the electric engine car is off, otherwise you could be killed.
Oh, really?
And one of the guys touched the engine, but the light was off.
Mm-hmm.
Because the fucking light short-circuited.
Oh, fuck.
So
oh, my God.
And we were just, panicking massively. So we put the guy in a car, took him to this hospital, and they literally killed him! We're gonna have to stop your heart and restart it, because you have arrhythmia. So I'm like...
Oh, my God.
Okay, so we essentially gave her something that should put her in the hospital. At least for a checkup.
That would have been cool. I would have dug that. And since we're just, before we get to that, if we're on this episode about things that annoy you. when they had the meeting for the exchange, okay? Oh, I see you nodding. I can't even. I
already know. I think I know where you're going with this, and I think I'm going to agree, so go with it.
So, here we have Magnum with the gun, and Hamler with that one. And the guy's got the gun on Higgy, and she's right in front of him. MI6. I mean, drop to your knees, let Magnum blow his brains out, make a move, do something. Instead of just I'm going to go with, she was cracked on the head, she was almost electrocuted, maybe that's why she couldn't think straight, but come on, please.
I mean, and she was clearly thinking straight enough, because she was don't do it, don't, give in to them.
All she had to do was fall down, clear shot of the guy.
Movement.
Anything that would have surprised them. Because Hamler didn't have a gun.
Yeah, here's the thing though. And this is something that I kind of hate to think about, because I would want to strangle her, but what if she didn't trust Magnum to know what she's up to and react?
Yeah, I don't buy that one, but sure.
Obviously,
I don't buy it either.
They're best friends at that time, but that might be the reasoning behind it. And
Sure. Maybe so, or maybe she was afraid that the guy behind her would get a shot off first. Perhaps.
Yeah.
Shoulder.
Maybe.
Most of the time he had the gun on her shoulder, didn't he? So
actually that's something that's related to what CBS will let them film. They're not allowed by rules. They're not allowed by rules of like network television, CBS, to have a gun, even if it's a fake one, pointed at the head. It always has to be pointed below. Okay. So that's
but there's still parts of the body that are a little better to point at than the shoulder. Because she's an MI6 agent. She's
also been shot in the shoulder like however many times.
And Magnum is a Navy SEAL. He would have been the type of guy to know where to point to shoot her without actually harming her. So
true, say that too. You're absolutely right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry. I'm glad to know I'm not the only one who had an issue.
You want to know the other big salt moment of that exchange?
Please go ahead.
Okay. Get this one, all right? Big thing, white SUV, white SUV. Shows up in the different car!
What? I know. True say. We just had a problem.
She's in the trunk on top of it, so it's like, okay, we're gonna use this tiny little car, and then not the car that they've been talking about for 9 episodes or whatever it is.
True. But they're still getting the backlash from the fact that
they are. There are people who still don't know that was the episode.
Yeah, people are still asking.
I know.
All it took was a car. All it would have taken was an actual physical car.
Yep.
So, bringing this whole conversation about the Higgy one back to this episode. No, back to this episode because it connects very well because we were talking about it before. I love that they said that these guys were like super trained, like in episode 9, that they could get Higgy, and then they let's be real, they hardly got her, and then this untrained housewife basically manages to knock her out in 0.5 of a second and literally almost kill her with the gas. She was this close, right?
Yeah, but
come on.
But we know that Higgy has been entirely unsuspecting there. I give her credit there.
I do. I give her a little bit more of a break. I agree with you because I don't think she thought this woman had because she was expecting that the wife was the one having the affair, right? Not this woman.
But she was also unexpecting on the horse, right? If we're gonna play, if we're playing devil's advocate.
We didn't see the thing on the horse, so we don't.
Exactly. We have no idea what happened on the horse. We know there was a lot of
salty. Still salty.
There was.
I'm salty too.
Next to no cover. I don't know what happened. Oh, we know you could have just jumped to somewhere
They need to reshoot that episode. Bring it back as a flashback or something, and have us witness what happened to her.
Bring it back flashbacks, being for an MI6 agent, you're entirely too trusting.
I just need them to remember that she's MI6 a little more often. It would make me happier.
Was MI6. Let me just sign that one. Was MI6. I'm so done with that storyline. The amount of time they bring it. Oh, MI6 wants her back. Yeah, I'm done.
It's also kind of I love my girl Higgy, but what's so special about her that MI6 consistently is trying to pull her back?
Maybe if they actually remembered she was MI6 and show that, so we know.
I like
That's one. But one other thing that I think that makes her really special is the lack of familial attachment.
Yeah, that's probably true.
That's true.
And she's probably really good at these honeypots that we've seen her do.
That one line kind of got to me in the show today, I gotta say, when she delivered that line.
Which one?
When she was saying his wife maybe was working on the case because if she's anything like me, she would have. Remember that line? If she's anything like me, she would have done that.
She would have wanted answers or whatever. Oh yeah, it's easier
than finding a way to say goodbye.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good line. It really got to me.
Yeah. I was hoping that they were gonna somehow it was implied about her mother, but I was hoping that they were really gonna Like, I was really hoping, like, that moment between her and Ella, I was really hoping she was going to mention something about her mother, too.
I really liked that moment between her and the kid, I did.
Me too. Yeah.
And I like that line. I like that line to her father. That was one of my favorites of the episode.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. I liked, there was a couple of good, like, Higgy moments in it, and I mean, as we know, I mean, the writers tweeted it during the episode that Jay was only available for a day and a half of shooting because he was scouting for his directorial stuff. So
that's what I figured. He wasn't on much because he was, planning his shots and all that stuff because he was directing the next episode. What was the Band-Aid? What was the Band-Aid on his arm? What was that all about?
Yeah, so the writers say that there was supposedly something that was going to be running throughout the episode, like a running theme or something, and then they cut it. So they mentioned that on Twitter, and then they said, we're not going to tell you because we're going to use it next season. And then somebody said, what's up with the bandage on Magnum's arm? And they said it's related to that. At first, I thought it was covering one of his tattoos. But then I was like, no, that doesn't make sense. And then the writers...
They're using it for something that's going to be running, and they said next season?
Yeah, here's the thing.
Season 5, which they haven't announced next season?
Exactly.
Season 5 is happening.
Oh, it is?
It's not officially announced, but it really looks strongly like it at this point.
Well,
so I'm team season 5 is happening.
Me too.
If I'm wrong, sorry.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
But here's the thing. He wasn't just scouting, as we know. He also had COVID, so an entire chunk of storyline had to be cut up. Probably had to be cut out to make up for this because Jay wasn't available for obvious reasons. He had to be quarantining himself. So they probably decided, hey, this storyline can easily be cut, and we will use it next season because it's awesome.
Yeah, they also said they were like 12 minutes over or something.
Yeah,
to cut some stuff.
I'm very curious about what that is.
Me too.
I wonder why this would... why a storyline... If that is the reasoning, why a storyline with the main character is the one that gets cut and not this... I'm sorry, I have to say it. This horrendously dumb baby storyline. I'm just so wasting my time.
Rick's baby storyline?
I like to call it Orville Spawn at this point.
Why?
It makes no sense to me. I've never said it this strongly, but I'm gonna. It makes no sense to me. It would have made sense to me if she came out being like, I'm pregnant at the beginning of the season with a time jump, thanks to Kenya, and her having the bump because she had the bump, and we didn't have to cut it out, and we incorporated a real-life pregnancy running with the punches. Would have done that. Would have been fully on board with that. Why on earth did we have to have the pregnancy now? She's no longer pregnant. She has a baby at home. Why? There's nothing. Sorry. For me, they don't have any chemistry. I know they're married.
Oh my God, they're married.
Yeah, I know they're married in real life, but Susie and Rick don't work. Susie and Rick don't work for me at all.
Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry, that's funny. They got no chemistry, but they're married.
Betsy and Zach might work perfectly. Susie and Rick don't for me, at least not for me. For others, I can clearly see it on Twitter. It works for others wonderfully. I'm happy for them. I let them have their storyline, but for me, it is, oh my goodness.
I could take it or leave it, to be honest. It's not doing anything for me. It's not ruining my day, but it's not doing anything for me either.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not doing anything. Why does it always get this center when we have one TC storyline, and we have this entire running thing of Rick's storyline that makes no sense. To me, at least. To others, it might make sense, but guys, can you just make up your mind if you want to be together or not, and just stick with it?
The on and off again. Or
yeah, and
off again.
I mean, the baby is going to be around, as you said before we recorded, the baby's going to be around for the next few episodes, and it's likely going to be born in the finale.
Oh, you think so? Still think so?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she looks like she's about ready to pop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
my opinion is strongly towards the baby who's going to be born in the finale.
Yeah. I mean, I've said my theory many, many, many times about the finale. I say, baby born, Miggy moment, end.
Yeah. You're saying it now like that.
Is the Miggy moment a kiss, or?
Yes.
That's my theory.
Yeah. It's a nice bookend. Yeah, it's a nice bookend.
Exactly.
It's the wonderful spanning, and everything points to it at the moment.
Well, I mean, did they not absolutely telegraph something in the last episode? I'm sorry. Gonna take his hand, not just smoothly, but let's have a close-up cut of that hand taking. I'm sorry, but could you telegraph it any further?
I was so dead.
And it's even worse to me. Like, not worse, but it's so much more to me because she wasn't taking the hand. She was taking the wrist.
Yeah.
I was dead.
Directly over his fucking pulse point.
Oh. And I like it because it was. I mean, I didn't need a close-up. They could have just had the shot. The close-up, the cutting to the close-up was like, you are making this so obvious. Like,
yeah.
A little subtlety.
Oh my god.
Juliet is about as subtle as a brick hitting you in the face at this point.
But
So,
I
question.
like what she was like. It was like, look, it's like I told you. It's almost like I told you this in fucking season 1. You didn't listen to me, so listen to me now. I'm telling you the exact same thing. I want you to hear me this time. That's
and he did.
Yeah,
He did. Oh, he did. So, question: if we get the Miggy kiss, who initiates? Higgy or Magnum?
Oh, Magnum.
I think it's Higgy. I think
I don't know. It was just like
I go
random
back
thought,
and-
Magnum. It could be either way.
I go back and forth on this one. I really do.
Yeah.
I go back and forth on this one. I go, I'd love for it to be Magnum, but I think it would be like, it should be the woman because it almost feels like an attack otherwise, you know? Although
And also, it would be a little bit more, like, I mean, I guess not nowadays, but earlier on, you would say, like, it's a bit more shocking. I use that word very loosely in this term, to have Higgy kiss him, because, like, she was...
Right.
except for this season. Like, this season is
Exactly.
all about, you know what? That's why it's going back and forth.
We can just bring it back to the framing. The knight kissed Belle, so obviously now it's Higgy kissing Magnum.
Ah,
Yeah, you're actually
true.
right. It would make more
It's
sense
true, the
if
knight
Higgy,
kissed
if it was
Belle.
Higgy.
well,
And then the
yeah,
question is...
I mean, they
the
kissed
question
each other,
also
but he
is-
initiated the move. You're
Oh, he
right.
definitely did. He
Yeah,
definitely did.
yeah,
And
yeah.
has Higgins read Chapter 9? and
I find
do
out.
they make a comment about it when they kiss? If they kiss and when they kiss, does one of them make a comment?
I would die laughing if she said to him, pretty much
Better than Chapter 9?
pretty much what the knight said to her. If she said it to him, I'd die laughing. Just
my-
go. There we go.
Like,
okay. She read
If
it.
she was like, I take the risk for you, oh, that's so good.
Or
That's so cheesy, but so
Question,
good.
what's the risk? And
Or-
also,
or something close to that, along the same like vein as that. You know what I mean? That you kind of go, yeah, she read chapter 9. You know.
I personally, I at this moment, it might change, but at this moment, I don't think we will see the aftermath of the kiss.
I don't
I
either.
think the kiss is end.
I know
Kiss,
it
fade to
kind of I agree with you. I think it'd be at the very end, you know, if it happens, which means is there a time jump and then they've been dating for the last 6 months and we don't know it, or
So
what?
I have theories about that too. So
Okay.
basically, I think there are a couple different options. Okay, so if it's kiss and then fade to black, there are a couple options. Season 5. I had a very long day. I cannot think for straight.
Season 1 with Mickey Cannon. Say it like that.
Season 5 either starts right where we left off, like it literally is like the pickup of that. That's one. Number 2 is like what you were saying, is there's going to be a time jump, and they either are or aren't dating, because maybe they're going to think it's awkward, and they're like, "Oh, we shouldn't have done that," kind of thing.
Yeah.
And my third option is we don't really have like a big time jump, but we have like an hour later kind of thing. Like, not right after, but still we're seeing more of the aftermath than we would if it was...
I would feel a little bit robbed if there was a time jump and they'd been dating this whole time. I'd be pretty pissed off.
All of us.
Yeah. But I think, to be honest with you, I think that that's the most likely scenario, because then the writers can sort of play it like, oh, like they could have them kiss and then not make them date kind of thing, or they could date. But I would be so robbed also. I'd be so mad.
They could also have no time jump for the first episode and then have the time jump to the second one.
Mm-hmm.
So there's options. There's options.
Yeah. I just don't want to be. I after following this for I just don't want to be like
robbed.
Yeah.
Lower your expectations. Not always.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking. I'm kind of hoping, and I know I'm gonna get shit for this because there was so much problematicness with this show. There's so many problems with this show, but I kind of want it to be what happened in Castle, where we saw the kiss, it went to black, and then the next season picked up, like, after their first night together.
Why do we have to keep bringing this show up?
That's why I said I'm going to get shit for it, because it was problematic, but that's the device I want them to use.
So they kissed, and then it picks up with them having slept together, and we missed it
the next morning. Like, that. That's the end of season... The end of the season was them, like, making out, same thing, it faded to black, and then the beginning of the next season, like, it literally picked up, like, right after their first night together. And they were like, ooh, should we have done that? Like, are you okay with it, kind of thing. And I feel like Miggy would have that conversation, because I feel like their first kiss is gonna be that...
I'm just having this really interesting thought where I just mentally crossed Magnum P.I. with Grey's Anatomy over they kiss. I think they're gonna kiss in the hospital and then supply closet.
Ooh, that could be interesting.
Who's kissing in the hospital? Why?
Miggy.
Why are they in the hospital?
Because they were
the baby.
The baby.
Baby.
That's what I think.
Possible. Okay.
There's only so many locations you can cram into one episode. I personally would love if their first kiss was on the lanai of the guest house. That would be my... That would be my personal... Save it for the proposal, though.
Ooh, yes.
I'm way ahead of this.
Holy, end of season 5, is that bad?
Wow. Could you imagine?
Wait, let's just say it like it is. The second proposal. They are ex-fiancés.
Yeah, they actually are.
Yeah. They actually are. I love that line when Magnum picks up the phone. He's like, "Oh, it's my fiancé," and they all start laughing at him.
I know, he looks so damn good.
Juliet was engaged to 2 of them.
That's true, actually.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, so good, God, so good.
Funny. Let's, for once, circle back to this episode.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that works.
So there was a lot of tweets that I was like scrolling through, like after the episode, saying Ella mini Higgy. What did you guys think on that?
I kind of got that feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's pretty emotionally closed off, except for that one scene, really, with Higgy. She was pretty keeping her emotions in check, which seems very Higgy-like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely behaved like Miggy Higgins. I'm like one of the few people who didn't find the kid cute, but
I thought she was adorable.
All the interactions and her mannerisms, mini Higgy, it's just like, again, a me thing. I didn't think she was cute.
I loved her.
She was good. She was talented. Definitely. Cool actress. Great pick.
But I thought her interactions were great.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I like them. I like them. Yeah.
Yeah, and Mommy Higgy.
Sorry?
Mama Higgy.
Oh,
Mama
God.
Higgy was so great.
She's good.
I was praying for that moment. I was like, please let there be a Mommy Higgy moment, and there was.
There was.
I was like, happy.
That was a cute moment. It was good.
And I had wanted Higgy to save the kid, but then the kid ended up saving Higgy.
It's almost better, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
That definitely makes her a little mini Higgy, I guess.
So smart.
Yeah.
Like, super smart to, like, call Katsumoto and be like, have you heard from Juliet?
Yeah.
Here's another angle. Not mini Higgy, but Rhea said that when we watched, is that what the Miggy baby would be like?
Oh, God.
Yeah, definitely.
I do think so, too, because she had...
Troublemaker, wicked smart, and determined. Definitely.
Yeah, but I'm one of the people, like, I'm like, the last thing I ever want to see on this show is them as parents. I'm sorry. I just don't want to see it. That's not what I watch television shows for.
If we ever see a Miggy baby happening, it's like in flash forwards in the very last episode.
That'll work. Other than that, just shoot me now.
Like a where are they in however long in the last episode, definitely.
Yeah.
It's funny because Purdy said one time when she was asked, I think it was actually at Comic-Con.
I saw that.
She was like, where do you see your character in 10 years or something like along those lines? And she was like, it's definitely still running around Hawaii, maybe a couple kids. And it's
I sure as hell hope not. But that's just
I mean, 10 years, I don't know if the show makes it that long, but if it does, no. If it doesn't, yes. That's like my thing. If the show doesn't make it that long, then yeah, obviously Juliet has kids. If it does make it that long, not yet.
I'm kind of going with what she said, that she prefer not to have them, but that's just me because I don't want to see them have kids. So I'm probably the only person in the whole fandom that feels that way, but that's the way I feel.
I do want a Miggy baby, but I don't want to see it.
Not now.
I'm already annoyed with the Susie thing. So what would I be like with Iggy's baby?
I don't want to see it. I that's not what I watch television shows for.
I feel like the only way that we would get it any time before that like last 2-minute thing of the last episode would be if Perdita gets pregnant in real life and they have to write it in.
Yeah.
Right? That would be to me at least the only way that I could see them actually writing it in.
Hope it doesn't happen. Sorry. Not for Purdy's sake. Like, Purdy can be as happy as she wants and have as many kids as she wants.
But that's the only way that I could really see them writing it in, because I mean like she's also said multiple times in the show, like Higgy, like I'm not a kid person. I don't even though she acts to the contrary, like she
does something else sometimes.
Yeah.
Is that?
And says something else sometimes. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think Higgy will want babies with Magnum because he's like baby. He's very I want a mini me. So I think with him she'll be open to it. But again, can it be a flash forward at the end of the show, please? That's cool. Or in the very last season, when she gets pregnant, somewhere around the season, and we don't see much of it.
Kind of like in The Mentalist.
Yeah, like make it the very last gratification for the fans. I'm cool with that. Make it earlier. I'll let it go if Perdita gets pregnant. Then I'm okay with it. Like I would have been okay with Susie getting pregnant. However, we're seeing what happens. So.
Yeah. So.
Nope. I guess
Susie's basically the example for what I would probably be like if Iggy got pregnant for no reason. I mean, story reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know how to use birth control, I guess.
Obviously.
I remember thinking at like the beginning of no, was it the end of last season, beginning of this season, that I was like, oh, they're bringing her to Kenya so that they can do a time jump and she can come back pregnant. I was like, I swear to God, they better not do that.
Oh, if they would have done that, I would have been done.
It was one of my theories that she was like gonna get pregnant in Kenya and come back.
Oh,
like,
good God!
Pregnant or like.
They
were gonna do it so they could.
I would have had to turn the show.
I was literally that, but I thought it was about Susie.
Oh.
Because like when Betsy's pregnancy was announced, I was like, so Betsy's gonna be in. We're having the baby. Awesome. I'm good with it. And now we see this.
And then, yeah.
Well, I'm kind of going with, because it's just because in my head is what I want, because I don't want them to have kids. And they can always adopt down the line if they want them that badly, or he's got sperm. He's a surrogate.
I hope she does.
But I would prefer that she maybe can't have kids. Maybe something
that
happened
would be a very
MI6 days. Something happened.
I would love that.
And she can't have them, so she's convinced herself that she doesn't want to have them. And the world's not a good place. That works for me.
That would be a good storyline too, and that would be another issue that, like, because Magnum likes to, deal with the issues. They've talked about veterans, they've talked about suicide, they've talked about all those kind of things. So that could be another potential topic that they might want to cover, is infertility, which actually I could definitely see that. And if Miggy is already a thing, if Miggy is already a thing at that point, I could totally see Magnum, like, her opening up to him and then him being, like, completely supportive and everything towards her and understand.
I could see her being worried about it because she knows he wants kids.
Yeah, and then I can also not seem initially be supportive, but needing a moment to process the fact that his dream's not going to come true. Because he loves her.
I mean, they can, like I said, they can adopt, and there's surrogacy. Yeah,
but like I can totally see that being part of the issue thing, where he has to process first and has to talk it through with her.
Works for me.
I just multi-episode storyline, which would be awesome.
I just thought about the MI6 moment that could do it, that she's already mentioned. Oh, but I don't know if this works. So in the beginning of season 3, when she was going under anesthetic and she was talking about all the times that she's been shot, and she talked about Marrakesh. Maybe she got shot like somewhere in the uterus or something in like Marrakesh, and I don't know if that would cause infertility. I'm not a doctor.
But I mean, there's so many years in that she worked there that we don't even know what happened to her. So who knows, right?
Exactly. Scarring in the uterus is actually potentially a reason for why the fetus won't take to the womb. So it is actually possible.
Anything could have happened right during that time.
Which would kind of be heartbreaking, because the likeliest outcome for that would be frequent miscarriages. So she gets pregnant and loses the baby.
Could see that happening too.
Yeah,
I could see that happening in episode 2. And then like what you were saying, Eve, about him like seeing all of his dreams, like, and him needing a minute and then going through it together. I could see that being powerful.
If a miscarriage is preceding that, then I think the minute that he needs is going to look totally different. Because he's going to be openly supportive of her, you didn't, but I still need to think for a moment, but I love you, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
We are drifting so hard!
I love it.
I guess I really got a kick out of the scene, though, between Rick and TC. That just made me laugh. I loved it. that concoction that he created was like...
Who in their right mind? Honestly, who in their right mind thinks that fish oils can be put into a smoothie?
Honest to God. I mean, if you take the pill, it makes you want to gag. Forget about throwing it into a drink,
Yeah. Oh, man, that made me laugh.
I felt my fully vegan omega-3 supplements, so I haven't had fish oil in quite a while. Since Hawaii, actually. But I'm having a intestinal issue right now that makes my breath taste like fish oil. So I'm currently like, I feel UTC. Everything tastes like that shit right now, and
It's bad.
I love that moment. That was so cute. And I love him like warning Piggy off. I was like,
Yes, that was the cutest.
And she's like, no thanks, I've had breakfast.
No thanks, I trust TC implicitly.
Who doesn't? He's the best. I love him.
He is the best.
He's so good. So good.
This is one of the reasons why this baby storyline for Rick is kind of annoying me, because more screen time means for him and Susie means there's like this minimal screen time for TC. I wouldn't mind the storyline way less if TC got the equal amount of storyline, which he doesn't get.
No, he doesn't.
And so I just like TC a lot more than Rick.
I love TC. I adore him. I just want to give him a hug.
Yes,
love
me
him.
too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So the phone call. How drunk was he?
He didn't actually seem all that drunk to me, to be honest with you.
He seemed a little too. He seemed even happier than normal.
He was happier towards her, but like I don't know. He just seemed kind of like
he's a happy drunk.
He just seemed like he seemed a little tipsy. He seemed a little tipsy, like
so.
when she was like, oh, like what did he call himself? Happy Magnum or something at the end? What did he call himself?
I don't know, but he was a special sauce.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I was like, and she was like, "Oh, you won't remember it in the morning." I was like, "Okay, he's not that drunk." Like, guys, come on.
I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him. There's people who get drunk and don't act really drunk.
Possibly,
just very happy.
Point in case me, you can tell that I have something in me if I'm high, but I get very cuddly when I'm drunk. I also get very cuddly when I'm depressed, as you can probably tell. So like there's a thin line between drunk and depressed for me. Depends on the person. Surely depends on the person.
Hey, but he's the special sauce.
He's the special sauce. What did he call her? Fun Higgy and
Higgy, and then what was it at the end? It was was it kind? No, was it kind? Was it sweet Higgy. Sweet Higgy.
Fun and sweet Higgy. I was like,
and drunk Magnum won't remember it in the morning.
No,
I think he will.
But see, and then in that moment, that was another moment where I was like, okay, his true feelings towards Higgy are coming out. Like he's calling her sweet. Like here we go.
Yeah, but being drunk does that to people.
It does. Like that phone call.
It lowers the inhibition, lets the subconsciousness talk.
He seemed a bit flirty in that phone call. You know?
A bit.
And she's like, "Are you drunk? You've been drinking." I loved it.
So good.
It was
man, the GIF possibilities from those two scenes alone are.
I am fully expecting the fandom, and I would be sorely disappointed if it doesn't happen until Sunday, because that means I will have to do it. I will fully expect the fandom to have a montage of Magnum being the face of a ketchup or hot sauce bottle. If that doesn't happen, I will have to do it. There has to be a special sauce.
Special sauce, the Magnum special sauce. I already have like a couple different gift sets that are in my mind, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna get to them because.
I'm very curious to read what's going on.
Well, let me see.
In the Twitterverse right now.
Maybe the hot sauce already exists.
Somebody's saying the promo for next week's episode, I'm shitting myself.
Oh, please don't! Oh my lord!
Wait, I have to see this. After the it's already died down, guys.
Yes, people. There is a part of the Europeans that, unlike me, are in bed at the moment.
And I guess some of the West Coast folks haven't really even seen it yet, right?
Yeah, in about an hour they'll see it. People say
unless they're in Hawaii, it takes a little bit longer to air in Hawaii, as I learned.
That's true. Yes. him in this episode.
As
yeah,
Stephen Hill so kindly provided me with, actually.
He actually goes there. I mean, it's her waiting by the Ferrari for her man. That's literally it. She's waiting for her man, and he's going back to her.
Is he gonna say anything to her, do you guys think?
No. I think he'll chicken out.
Yeah, we will know he won't say anything. And I'm sorry, but can I just say something about that waiting for her man there? I like to rein in the horses here. They came in the same car. What's she supposed to do? Bloody volcano?
They didn't come in the same car. You can see the Range Rover in one of the promo pics. The Ferrari and the Range Rover.
But there is more than one person.
How did Kumu get there?
That is the thing! How did Kumu get there?
Kumu took the Range Rover?
Yeah, she does. She took
the Range Rover. Remember, she had the dogs in the back, and she takes
Kumu does take the Range Rover sometimes. Canonically, the thing I still think. Also, it is a Range Rover. Who says it's theirs?
I mean,
definitely there's.
What are the chances? What are the chances that the Range Rover's next to the Ferrari and it's not hers?
Liz, what are the chances of seeing her at Ferrari randomly in Hawaii? Let's be real.
I mean,
daily.
It's also. Can we also talk about the fact that it's? Can we also talk about the fact that it's?
High.
Can we talk about the fact that it's also a throwback to the
yes, that
pilot?
Is interesting.
Oh, absolutely it is.
Higgy waiting by the Ferrari in a black dress going to a funeral or at a funeral.
There seemed to be going back, like I said, like in the last episode when she said the exact same words to him that she said in season 1. They seem to be like...
Which is also something that a lot of shows do just before a couple becomes canon.
Oh, is that true?
They throw back to the beginning of them knowing each other a lot. So, yeah, we're gathering speed here.
Mm-hmm.
Sure looks like it, huh?
The question is, after next episode, or including next episode, let's say, can they grow it enough to make the kiss fit? Like, can they do it in 3 episodes or whatever?
If he in his Nuzo influenced brain is being told to tell her how he feels, 2 more episodes doesn't seem so outrageous. Especially, like, I mean,
for having the dream.
Right? I mean, this season's all been about her, feeling like realizing her feelings for him. I mean, it's actually him that I'm going, does he really still have feelings for her? I kind of wondered this year because I hadn't seen anything until this promo, to be honest, and today's drunken phone call. But
I saw him still having feelings. The thing is, he didn't know.
Yeah, he's in denial about them, right?
He's been in denial the whole time.
They're so subconscious, he doesn't even realize he has them at most.
I think she's ahead of him.
100%. She is 100% ahead of the guy.
100%. 100%. That's why.
I don't think that I'm not even sure that he's aware, really.
No,
other people are telling him, he's like, no, I don't think so.
No, he isn't aware. He isn't aware yet, which is gonna crack next episode, I think. And then we have 19 leading up to it, and then.
Is that why you're asking if the kiss is a bit? Like, is that what you're asking?
I was gonna say, that's what I was gonna say, that's why I think that Higgy's gonna be the one to initiate.
Yeah, but also I think, and here's what you asked the writers recently coming in, the episode is called Close to Home.
It is.
Yeah. I think something happens that accelerates the entire thing for Magnum dramatically. Don't know what it is, but it is literally hitting close to home for him, I think.
Could be.
Oh, interesting, because I wondered about the title. There you go.
I think
could be.
I think it's.
But isn't one of those episodes? Are they related to 2 episodes? It feels like they are. Liz and both, right? And
yeah.
As
And they're wearing the same clothes, right? They're wearing the same
far
clothes.
as we can tell, they are.
As far as we can tell.
Yeah, so
I think
they are.
Yeah, so there's at least, I think, as far as we can tell, that there's at least one scene from
That's a
19
pickup.
and one scene that 20 is a pickup. So I think that it's possibly going to be like what happened between episode 7 and episode 8, where the Porsche blew up, and then the first thing we saw in episode 8 was the aftermath of it. So I think that's my personal thought.
Right.
I could be completely wrong, but...
Well, there has to be a pickup.
Hear of that.
It feels like there has to be a pickup because
definitely.
Because they were saying something about Leah wearing the same clothes, or her wardrobe was the same for both days, or for both shows, or episodes, or something. Right? There was something about that online, I think. So it feels like it's a pickup.
Could be.
Mm-hmm. I just wonder because obviously one of those episodes
has the 7-8 reference. What?
No.
So at the end of episode 7, where the Porsche blew up with Rick's friend in it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then seen it's like that.
Yeah. Like
I didn't follow there for a second. I'm like,
that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen.
Yeah, where they
that's
pick
what
up.
I think is gonna happen.
I think they showed a picture online somewhere of Leah's costume for episode 19 and 20, and it was the same outfit. Mm-hmm. And one of them has to be the Gordy-centric one, right? I mean, they're talking that Gordy has a big thing coming up, right?
Yeah, I did read that.
Yeah, which is...
I mean, it doesn't look like it's next week, so...
No.
His ex-wife is in the last episode, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yes.
In one of them. In one of them. I don't know if or in both of them, I don't know about that.
Right. And Chantal posted a lot with Tim when she was filming those episodes.
Which makes sense. She's his partner.
Yeah.
But yeah, according to Hernandez in the interview, he's literally going to be in every scene.
Every single scene.
Episode, so it's obviously very Thomas-centric.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Thomas and the boys.
Yeah. So close to home. Interesting. I wonder what that refers to.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
I had fun with. I laughed a lot in tonight's episode, but I had fun with the phone call, and I'm still kind of trying to get over that 5-second promo.
I know. No one's over. I'm not over it. I'm not
either.
I am over it in the sense that I actually just forgot it existed for a moment. But then again, it's 5 a.m.
Oh God!
And I had like exactly 3 hours of sleep. Bear with me. Actually, I couldn't follow the entire 4-7 reference there. I can't follow that.
I love it. My fault. I'm probably talking over, you guys. So. There you are. Thanks for having me on, though.
Fun. It's fun.
It's always fun.
I
get a little excited, though. So.
Yeah. So do we.
We all do. With good reason. That show is amazing. These people are amazing.
That's one thing. I have to really love the whole cast to be this invested. I have to love every character in the whole cast to be this invested. And there's so few.
Amazing.
There's so few TV shows where I feel that way. So when I found one like this, I kind of want it to last. So my fingers are crossed that there's another season. I got toes.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is. Didn't Jay mention something about it in his farewell pass?
Yeah, but here's still the thing. I think I said it before. There is shows where you don't know that you're canceled up until you're actually canceled. So he, as far as we know, he has a contract for next season. Obviously, he usually sign 5-year contracts. Yeah.
They used to be set. They're lucky. They used to sign 7-year contracts way back in the day.
I would love that. I wouldn't mind 7 seasons.
I wouldn't mind that.
Straight away. Give us. But so yeah, for them, right until now, obviously it's season 5 ahead. But as with other shows, there's possibilities to pull the plug.
God, I hope not.
There's also possibilities to pull the plug multiple times, as Lucifer has shown us.
Yeah. True.
I will never forget the moment, and this is something that I hope never happens to PI or any other show. I will never forget the moment where Lucifer announced, this is the final season. Like, dude, you guys had so many final seasons that you had to announce that this is the final season. My theory is that we'll probably get some renewal news, I would say, in the next couple of weeks, because they've already renewed NCIS and NCIS Hawaii and all that. And also, based on last year, I like went back and checked Purdy's post, because I remember Purdy was the first person to announce it from the cast, and it was like April 15th or something that she said it. So if we follow the same-ish schedule, it should be within the next couple of weeks that we're gonna get. I would say before the finale. At least fingers crossed that we have an answer before the finale. Or they're really smart about it and actually announce it with the finale. See you next season or something. Magnum PI will be back next season. I don't know. But I do believe we're getting a renewal.
I hope you guys are right. I go with
I hope I'm right!
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I have a colleague at work who they like to tease me at work about Magnum because I like have it as my background on my phone, and
so do I.
I have. See, wait.
My phone is for fun stuff. Like, there you go. I love that one. Yours? I missed yours.
And here I am having a picture of my phone.
Right.
Yeah. So they like to make fun of me, and I have a coworker who's a bit of an ass, and he was like, "Oh, like, what's gonna happen when Magnum PI gets canceled? Like, I'm not gonna be able to be here the day when you find out Magnum PI gets canceled." And I'm like, "Fuck off, bro."
Neither are you. If Magnum PI gets canceled, we're meeting up somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna get drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not getting drunk. I don't drink. But if you want to get drunk on weird Mai Tais, go ahead.
Like Mai Tais, so gross.
Really?
She had a really underwhelming Mai Tai in Hawaii.
Yeah, I was so mad. It was like, it was disappointing. Should have stuck with the pina coladas or a blue Hawaiian. That's what I gotta.
I can't do. I don't know if it gives me such a migraine. I can't do sweet drinks. It has to be like a bourbon.
It's all I can do. I can't do anything. I find it too bitter.
Meanwhile, I had the ginger ales coming because I
don't drink. To be honest with you, fair disclosure, I don't drink very often, but I had to. I was like, I'm in Hawaii, we're gonna do a Mai Tai. Like,
I still have 3 longboards here.
Oh god, yeah.
Full disclosure, I had about 3 glasses of wine before Magnum PI tonight. So.
Go you! I mean, that would have been a bad idea for me because I would have probably slept through my alarm.
I was like at the dinner table. I was at the dinner table going, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I was so tired because I literally, my day today, I had to almost call the cops on a client at work because it was just a complete shit show, and it's the worst day because it's the first of the month, and I work at a bank, so everyone gets like all their benefits checks and stuff, and they come in, and it was just like non-stop, and like the manager wasn't there, and every single person that came in today like had a ridiculous problem to the point that in our group chat for work this is the conversation that we have in the group chat, okay? So one of the girls I work with writes, thank you guys for surviving this crazy day and have a great weekend. And to put the manager mind at ease, we all double checked the vault. So she writes that. I wrote back saying, we did it, guys! ! Have a good weekend, everyone. Somebody else puts the wine emojis, like 2 wine bottles emojis. And then another girl writes in, she goes, double check is an easy term. Triple, quadruple times would be more appropriate. Have a good one, everybody. And then my manager just sends, Thumbs up.
It'd be over. Right?
Meanwhile, my work has just completely gone legs up. I've been told at work that no, we cannot do any over hours, so we should go when we're supposed to go. I have a time-sensitive project that needed to be done today, this Friday, and everybody was like, oh yeah, you should just stay 12 hours a day for that. I'm like, but I've literally been told by the CEO that I can't do that. So I worked like 9 hours, a little bit over 9 hours the last Monday to Thursday, which I usually do, but that meant that I had like 2 hours left. So I just literally rolled in when I had to roll in, and then I was like, sorry, I have to go.
That's the worst.
And left like 2 hours late.
And the work just keeps like piling up because you have to go, but the work doesn't go, right?
Here's the thing. It's not my problem for 2 reasons. A, that thing has been time sensitive since September, and the other department flunked it until Monday. Mm-hmm. Why am I the one having to pick up that slack now? 2, literally been told I can't do this, so I rolled in, did 2 hours of fuck all because I'm waiting for the translations. To be fair, I printed shit. I didn't do fuck all, but I printed shit and sent out something that was already done. And then I left before I was allowed to leave, but I couldn't do overtime, so I was just like, bye. Back to my boss. Went like, I have things I have to go.
So my end of the day today, you know the tug of war scene at the end when they win and they're all like clapping each other's hands. That was literally my end of the day today. So the same girl that wrote the first message, like that. The first girl who wrote the message, like, as we're walking, because we all have to walk out together, and we're like, guys, we did it, it's the weekend, and we're like, yes, like, days of fucking hell over, we're like, yes, like, yeah, you gotta go, girl, go, it was, like, the most insane thing, like, end of the day, we were literally, three of us in the branch, yeah, 3 of us in the branch at the end of the day, we were literally screaming at the top of our lungs, just leaving, we were like, we did it!
You know, it's a bad day.
Story about me leaving at that time. So you remember? I don't know if you remember, but I've been wearing my Hawaii pants Monday, Tuesday, and last week because it was so warm. It was like literally the same warmth that was in December in Hawaii.
Oh wow!
Today, when I left, it started snowing. I just looked outside. Everything's white. Everything's white. Like, I went from Hawaii temperatures to sub-zero, everything is white. In a couple of days.
It was balmy here yesterday, and today we had snow, so there you go.
Yeah, us too.
What's balmy?
Balmy?
Like warm.
Warm.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Sorry.
Sorry, vocabulary thing. There's some words that I still don't know.
Yeah, it's like a warm.
Hey, it's good warm. It's a warmish day. It was nice.
I like warmish.
It's sunny.
Yeah, it was like 13. It was like 13 here yesterday.
Yeah, it was 14 or 15 here.
Oh God, you guys understand when I tell you it was 23 degrees because you're.
Oh God, I wish.
We use Celsius.
You're not in the U.S. I'm so used to mentally translating shit into Fahrenheit or not, and
we're
having
Celsius.
Like stuff
we're normal.
For Hawaii. Because like everybody, how warm is it in Germany right now? My Hawaiian friends, how warm is it in Germany right now? I'm like, same warmth that was in December in Hawaii. Oh, but that was cold. I'm like, do you guys remember how I was in short shit and you guys had shirts on? For me, that was warm.
We're used to cold weather.
It's like there's snow outside right now. That's cold.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was. Oh man.
There was at the end of workouts, literally everybody was like, I'm warm.
I'm sorry.
I'm warm now, and there was like literally an Eve-sized puddle on the floor where I was, because like I was sweating my ass off. After everybody else was used to it, I was just like, melting.
Well, I'm sorry. It's April 1st. No more snow. I'm done. Please.
Agreed.
It's literally, that's actually something that we're calling this April weather, because weather is just going bananas. It's snow one day, sun the other day. So we actually have a term for this, and it's behaving as it should. April weather.
It's like,
I've had enough. I've had enough.
So so have I. I'm over it.
So
what we didn't have enough of is Magnum PI, and I'm really excited for next episode. We get Nuzo, we get a Thomas-centric episode.
He's directing.
He's directing, yes.
Jay.
I'm very curious to see how the other actors are playing the scenes, because I'm going, did they have that in the script, or did the director tell them to play it that way? Especially if it's like, Higgy moving over Magnum. I really want to know.
I'm really curious, because we do kind of get a little bit of a glimpse of how Jay sees the episodes, the show. So, or he just goes with how the other episodes look. I don't know.
I'm really curious.
I'm
curious.
I'm expecting a lot of him in the sense of he's fully capable of making it completely consistent with what has been done before. He's also fully capable of taking it into his own rules. Like, I'm not putting a cap on his talent.
No, the guy's super talented. I'm just curious.
Neither of us was. I'm just like,
I'm just curious to see, like, he's smiling there. Like, my God, man, you are gorgeous.
I want to see how he directs Higgy, like Higgy's, like their interactions. I want to see.
I'm dying to see this. Dying to see.
Like
this.
I'm wondering if he's sitting there going, "Okay, Purdy, give it a little more like love in your eyes, right?"
Exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, you cannot resist this man. Okay.
Here's the thing. I'm doing this. I'm demanding a full special feature about him directing for the DVD.
Oh man, that would be fantastic.
I need the judge mallet now. Like, bam! I'm demanding it.
Yes. My God, yes. I look so much forward to those like special features, bloopers. They are the best part of the DVDs. Oh my God, they make me laugh. I think besides the bloopers, because the bloopers are my favorite thing ever. My favorite like line out of the features, I think it's it's obviously from season 2. It's Jay and Purdy, and they're doing an interview, and they're talking about, what were your thoughts when you heard about like the wedding, like the visa thing? And she's like, she's like, my thought was, I get to wear a wedding dress, cool. And that was her thought.
I've never, that doesn't exist on my DVD.
I don't have that one.
No.
I was just going to say, I don't think I've seen it either.
There is no interviews on my DVD. At least
it's like in the features.
Okay,
look at it.
I have the British one.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the Stephen Diary one, maybe?
Huh?
Wait.
No.
Wait, 1 sec. Pause that thought. It's like right in front of me. Hang on.
It doesn't exist here. I can tell you 100%. This is like her Magnum PI den.
She has everything there.
The shit she's put up, it's their basement, but it's more like a Magnum PI den.
That's funny.
Secret den.
Okay, it's the... Video Diary with Stephen Hill.
Okay.
Pretty sure I don't have that.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
I'm pretty sure it's that one. That, or it's the story of Magnum PI season 2. It's one of those two. I think it's the Diary with Stephen Hill, though.
Never heard of either.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta see that. So she was happy about wearing a wedding dress. Gotcha.
Yeah, she was like, I get to wear. They were like, what were your thoughts? She's like, get to wear a wedding dress, cool. Like in her like British. I'm like, that's it. That's like all she does about it.
Alright, guys, I think we talked about the episode enough, and we're running over time here. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Thanks, bye!